But we are going to jump right into game. We have seen this man before. There is a pretty famous clip of a Kai'Sa player misplaying into his Yi and him popping off, so he is no stranger to this top 16, the player on the left here. We'll see what deck he's been playing now, but formerly a Yi player. He's going to be on Draven, so continuing with playing a top deck of the format. Now the question is are they giving us the Jax? I feel like they have to give us the Jax, right? Like, where else would we go if not to the Jax after seeing the Sivir as the last surviving one-ofs? And it is! We do get him! There we go. It is going to be green Jax in the champ zone.
I am
looking to play around those quick
draws. For this, I'm sorry, I just was pugging so hard that I was like, okay, this graphic. I'm making the graphic so that people can follow along. They can't watch. I'm gobsmacked. So, number one, Jax got through. Fiora's through. There is less Ravens than Aurelia's. Like, what is going on?
And one of these Dravens that has made it through is Miracle. Look at this, Zon Warrens. So it's going to be Zon Warrens and then Monastery for Jax to look for the card draw.
Could this be the weekend? That is the question.
Not a single Draven top 8. It actually is super possible here, right? Unless two of the Dravens are paired against each other, this is one of 3. So we could potentially, if we see Jax win here, see 0 Dravens top 8.
You know what's really interesting, also thinking about the first set of regionals that we had back in September, October? The third sub-regional is when we saw the biggest shift, or was it the fourth one? Where like Yi finally started to kind of like penetrate the Kai'Sa dominance. So same kind of deal here. Although this feels like completely like different in the sense that like Draven is just going away.
I believe the third is where we saw Yi win, and then after that, Yi looked laughable into Kai'Sa after that fact. After that one. But yes, it was the third one that we did see that happen. You're absolutely right. That he snuck through, started beating the Kai'Sas. It's possible that people have started to figure it out. And take a glance here. We see First Mate, that makes sense. Warmogs for game 1 going into Monastery, so that's a good draw to have. You definitely want to be seeing the Warmogs. Is that Sea Monkey? Is that other 2 that's in hand? It is.
Sea Monkey Brutalizer, I think is.
Yeah, pretty good hand for playing on your Monastery game, right? Multiple ways to get the early buffs. And on the other side, of course, we saw Zon Warren, so it is going to be Miracle Draven. We've got a Battering Ram in the opener. Looks like a Seal on the left side there. That's a really nice pickup. That's exactly what you want to see when you're playing the Miracle deck. You want to find those seals as early as possible.
Putting back one of the Rams, I'm assuming you don't really want it too early on because you don't have enough cards to be able to build that up early on and be able to play it for as cheap as possible. So makes sense. I think I actually kept the Rebuke in hand as well, which is also quite interesting.
Yeah, I can see Rebuke against Jax. Often the Jax decks are on this like turbo stack strategy, right? Just get a bunch of gear onto one unit. So especially in Miracle, where Rebuke is likely a 1 of, at most a 2 of in the deck, right? If it is a 1, you're always keeping it here because it is one of your more useful tools in the mid to late game against Jax. And, you know, you're often going to be drawing enough cards that it's not a big deal to keep a card like this in the opener. And just going to be starting off with the Sea Monkey for Jax, getting things rolling. As Rico on EDG is going to have 2-drop just to kick things off as well. And looks like we also have Hopeful in hand, so some early play is going to be available over the next 2 turns. If there's another 2-drop, can go 2-drop Hopeful. If not, Draven going to be available. Yep. Warmogs.
I love the Warmogs interaction with the Monastery. Nice.
Yep. Not going to go for the draw on this turn, though. Instead, wanting to filter. What card do we want to get rid of? Poro, yeah, don't really need this 2-drop. Looks like that's another Warmogs. Probably going to want that as the potential next usage of the Zon Warrens. I don't think you really want multiple copies of Warmogs, and I think you'd rather have a different card. So if that was second Warmogs draw, probably going to try and get rid of that via Zon Warrens. Easy Draven pass. Often this is Miracle's playline. Play 2-drop, play Draven, and then combo off. So we'll see how much of a combo is able to be pieced together on this third turn of the game once Jax is able to put a couple of points on the board.
It'll be interesting to see he can play the green jack, get those quick draw equipment. Probably will bamboozle the Draven starting from.
It's Aphelios!
Oh,
It's
he's running
Aphelios! Aikato vindicated! Aikato vindicated! He's been saying he
Literally.
thinks Aphelios would be really good in
naked.
Jax. He's like, this has to be the way that you play this deck. And the highest placing Jax we have ever seen, at a record of 7-1-1, is an Aphelios Jax. I love to see it.
He's cooked. What can I say? He's cooked.
Yeah. If we can pop up Aphelios on the screen, that would be great. If not, I'm gonna just quickly go grab the text on that so I can
I
let
can
everyone
actually
know
tell you
all
what
the
it
modes.
does. It readies up 2 runes.
Yep.
You channel a rune, or you can buff any friendly unit when you equip him with a card. I actually tested Aphelios in my Jack list, so I know how he works. He has a very, very stupid interaction with Spellsonger, which if we see it in this deck list, I would be
Oh,
absolutely
does he
amazed.
trigger? So he triggers twice. You get to choose.
You get to choose, but because of the way that the wording is, you open up, like, imagine you have like your list of options on.
Yeah, you can choose the same,
You
right?
have you
Yeah.
can have your list of options.
Yeah.
To you move your way down.
Yeah,
So-
so you can choose the same. So that makes so with Spellsonger, you could ready 4 runes. You could chant 2 runes exhausted. You could buff 2 friendly units. And also, when we think about Monastery for game 1, I mean, this Aphelios makes even more sense. You're just getting additional avenues to get those buffs and draw extra cards. Card draw being one of the pillars we said seemed a little bit weak in general for Jax, and this is a way to get around that. Meanwhile, on the other side, though, this is just going to be turn 3 instead of comboing off. This is just still more big development, double hopeful, cosplaying kind of a more standard Draven.
there he
Yep,
is.
this would be my reaction too. Look, you play in Aphelios, I'm reading it. I haven't seen this card probably in weeks, and I wanna know exactly what this thing is doing. Snap picks it up to read it.
Yeah, first time I've seen Jax play the Felios as well, so it's quite interesting to see that interaction as well. When you play it, Marshall, what do you normally prioritize then? Do you prioritize the channeling, the buff? I guess in this instance, the buffing makes most sense because you have the monastery, but I guess there is a world where you rather channel more runes as well to try and get some more board out a bit later on.
Personally, for me, I was a big fan of readying up runes. Like you see, he has Defy in hand, so you get to have more cards for reaction. Help with the quick draw from the Jack. So yeah, we see here we ready runes.
So he channeled 1 for the first equipped and then he ready 2 runes.
Yeah.
Seems to be his play so far.
Yeah. Not willing to commit any resources to the monastery, so don't need to buff yet, right? Considering just playing around, I guess in theory you could be thinking there could be something like a falling star. I might have liked to see the buff anyway instead of reading the runes, because there's not likely a lot of backline access when you're playing against Miracle. So you could have like greeted for a buff on this turn. The other option though is if you had another equipment, like readying 2 more runes here, like you do have green Jacks out, so you could at reaction speed play an equipment from hand, because you've readied these runes.
I mean, you can push something in and piercing light as well. I guess that is another option because you can pierce light your own unit. So I guess you can try and stop that as a possibility for readying the runes. But I'm not too sure what else is in the Jax's hand that you would want to ready the runes. I guess it's just the Defy, as you mentioned, is the only thing that you'd leave open.
Right, so just gonna go into Warrens. Ezreal's been found, so this is gonna unlock the Draven deck as well. Gonna be able to start digging through a ton of this list. I do love that this list does also have the weapons. We see Draven Spinning Axe. I've seen like a lot of Miracle decks omit that, and I think it is a mistake to admit it. I think it is a very, very powerful card that should be in your deck, help you win these combats. He's got 2 copies in hand now.
I mean, I think everyone's going to be rooting for the Jacks, but just especially because I play the guy. I want to see him absolutely blow this Draven out. Take the Draven out. We go down to 2 Dravens in the top 8. Would be incredible.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but it is just this big might stacking game. A lot of this might come down to a singular combat. Because currently neither player is really that willing to commit, and I think for Miracle, I mean, you're more likely to be able to play every point of might in your deck than Jax is going to be able to do. So you are more on a clock as Jax, I think.
I guess it's very difficult for Jax to hold, especially against the Draven. You don't want him to draw cards as well. But then, and as you mentioned, I think when Draven starts stacking, it does get a little bit scary as well, because then it becomes more difficult for the Jax to push in.
Yep. I like the Counter-Strike going to be able to help out a lot, but for now, just going to move Helios in, get the Conquer.
Yeah.
I think there's a Rebuke in hand, and the thought is if you Rebuke now, try and buy a lot of time, but you'd be losing that Rebuke for a later time, which it's a very powerful spell in the matchup. He does have two copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 2 rebukes, Ezreal. So he's going to buff the Aphelios with 1 and then spend the buff to draw a card.
And rebuff.
Rebuff him a second time.
Double Warmog's interaction. Usually I don't like having 2 of them, but if you've got enough ways to draw cards here, it can work out. Because that double interaction is quite nice.
I will say the hand of the Jax doesn't look amazing.
A lot of
we have a sea
goobers.
monkey.
This is goober number 1.
Discipline in hand.
Discipline, yeah. How do you push this other battlefield though? How do you put Zorn? I mean, it doesn't have enough might on board at the moment, I don't think, but...
We still have our
really...
Jax legend, so technically we have 1 might extra as well. But yeah, obviously not worth risking anything right now.
Yep.
Just
Currently Jax is ahead on points, so you can theoretically sit at Monastery the entire game and win, right? That is a technical possibility, right? It does mean that Draven will be the one who's forced to move. Now, whether Jax can actually afford to play that game plan, I'm not really convinced. I know Counter-Strike does help you kind of go in that direction. I'm curious if Trinity Force is in this deck, right? If that's another way that you're going to try and like avoid combat with Draven, is you play Trinity Force and then you do like turbo stack one side.
Draven is not that good at pushing like a huge hold, right? Because there's no Watcher, there's nothing. I mean, he doesn't get that high in terms of might compared to like an Aurelia or something. So like are there any cards really that help push a big huge board?
It depends on how you're stacking. If you're stacking wide, Rebuke is not that good, right? If you're tall, Rebuke is very good.
Yeah.
So into potentially Ezreal just to try and get some more draw. Could be a possibility.
Like he's just
you are also
playing the app.
Oh. Okay.
I do think it's very funny that Draven's signature spell is equivalent of a brutalizer for us. It's actually cheaper right now.
Works on defense though.
On board.
Spinning Axe versus Brutalizer. Spinning Axe works on defense versus Brutalizer. It can from hand on defense with Green Jack's out, but it loses its luster after that first turn.
I do see a Counter-Strike in hand.
Yeah, there is the Counter-Strike.
So, as the people that were in here before, Counter-Strike is a 2 energy, 1 power, a unit. Just basically, you just say this unit doesn't take its next point of damage. So we might potentially, depends on how much they wanted to save the Aphelios here. We could see it come out. It also draws a card. So
yeah, I like this from Draven. You've basically gotten to this point where you're now going to force the a little bit more commitment out of the side of Jax. Brutalizer here, great, right? Like you mentioned, it's the same as a spinning axe, at least when it's played right away. And you've got the combination of having Aphelios on board with Green Jax really strong, right? You're going to be able to play these equips from hand and then trigger Aphelios when it happens, right? So you get the full refund. That was a free Brutalizer that came from hand in the spot. The problem for Aphelios is that Rebuke is going to be a blowout, and it's just about spending as few resources as possible before you get rebuked. And currently, I think the Aphelios is winning this, right? This is 10 going up against... what is that? 5
Yeah, it's 10.
plus
It's 10 currently for
9,
Aphelios.
10. Yeah, so trading the Aphelios currently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're okay to
trading
take the trade though.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think you're too.
Jack's side, I don't know how happy I am about this trade actually, because normally
I
trading
don't-
when you kill the spinning axes, like trading when you're offense into the spinning axes, that's good because your opponent can't re-equip them. But here, Draven gets to just cascade these. You can just re-equip the axes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean for
so-
Draven's side, I think you're okay with trading. Sorry.
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for
No,
Draven's
yeah,
side,
I agree
yeah.
with you, Stuart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think as the Jax player, you're... How do I phrase this? I don't think you're supposed to keep Aphelios alive. Like, I don't think he's vital to the deck. Like, he's nice if you can get him out, but from what I have played, he's nice, but I think you've kind of got the value that you want from him, so you're happy to see him die. You're obviously Draven's gonna kill this monkey and get a draw from the thing. See, discipline.
Yep, that's good. That doesn't currently win. This monkey is just a 2. No, it doesn't even trade. It actually just dies.
Nope. The monkey's a 3.
Why is the monkey a 3?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, monkey's just a 2 with the, and then it
Oh yeah,
became
of
a
course
4.
he's a 2. Oh yeah, he was a 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a-
I don't know why, but I was reading that as a 3. And then
Yeah. Monkey is a 3 if you pay 3 for him and he's got a buff
The
on him.
extra.
But yeah, this was just a... Yeah, the discipline needed something more behind it. I think the reason I don't like losing the Aphelios is just the fact that we're resource light against a Miracle deck. So they're just going to draw infinite. I mean, even this is worst case, right? Of course, Scrap Heap is there with the Ezreal. We're going to draw 3 more cards. We just saw Call Shot drawn, so we're just going to draw 2 more cards. Like,
Stack deck as well.
how does Jax ever keep up, right? How do you ever catch up if not for the Aphelios? Now, I will say, if he tried to keep this Aphelios alive further, he was going to get murdered by Rebuke. Rebuke was going to eat every single spell that he had just cast and send the Aphelios back to hand. So I'm not saying, like, results-wise, I think the Aphelios trading is probably okay, but realistically, that's pretty tough, not being able to keep that alive. You really need to be able to hold on.
I mean, if you know that the discipline's not going to keep your sea monkey alive, I mean, you could have disciplined the Aphelios the previous combat. But then, as you said, it could get rebuked. But would you rather your Aphelios get rebuked and use one of the rebukes early on and get rid of one early on and still like keep the Aphelios in hand? Because obviously you still keep the equips all the same, but then the Noxus Hopeful stays alive on that battlefield as well. So interesting decision for sure.
Specifically for this deck, I really hope that... I mean, into the meta, you should be mainboarding Camel. So I think you're just trying to hope that... I mean, I hope it's in the deck, and you're just praying that you can find it, and then you're just going to win from just being so much incredibly bigger. Like, we've got First Mate as well in the deck.
I think it takes a lot for Camel to still reach a might that is going to be bigger than what Miracle can place on the board.
True, but you have your backups of other units as well, right? So,
Yeah.
like, you've got these monkeys, you've got your First Mates. I don't think this Jax is ever going to be sitting anywhere that's not base, unless he's gets played to the battlefield to, like...
His quick draw has used a lot of its usefulness at this point because there's no equipment in hand, so it's probably time that he can be deployed offensively. It just depends. I think there still are... The First Mate is still maybe a big enough unit that you don't have to deploy him offensively just yet. So you may be right, he can still kind of like back row it for a little bit longer, but yeah, I mean, deciding maybe the deflect unit is still worthwhile, especially now that Draven is down on just 4 runes. Send this in, get to deal with an axe.
So, I have a question here.
Yes.
Did you just
What?
pay for the buff
What?
from the unit in the back?
Yeah, you absolutely
You
can do
can.
that. 100%.
Oh,
any
I've learned something new today. I have read that card. I've read that battlefield as you had to have the unit at the battlefield.
No.
Have you never
it's not.
watched Sithri of Cloudfield played with
Or
a
Set?
monastery in set?
Set.
Literally, how have I
Nice.
never realized
I-
this?
I like this
I
kill both
watched,
axes on this turn, by the way. Sorry, Kuvi, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's really good.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. I agree completely. This was neat. Dealing with the axes here in this turn, I think is super crucial.
不然的话，先打决斗感觉还挺好的。
Still can go to 4, but you do have to give Draven a card and a unit. Like sacrifice blood for the blood god in order to get that done. But it will be on Warrens, so you can ditch your worst card
看了好久的大副，他终于
in order to do it. I'm not sure what bad cards are left in hand.
He
At
still
this
has
point,
a Define and not so fast.
2-drop.
Still gets rid of Pick Rocky.
Yeah, that makes sense. 2-drop is great to be able to get rid of.
这副甲要
Ooh,
GA is quite
off
nice.
the top. Nice.
Yeah, I love the GA pickup. That's going to be good to, you know, Marshall, you were talking about this Jax and really wanting to keep it safe. And I think being able to react in this this GA is going to be really nice when Rico tries to push on the Jax, especially with the risk of the combat tricks up.
难道
Did he just pass?
Side to pass.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Quick draw GA is pretty good.
现在这个武器的身板16，
The only scary
So-
thing would be like Bryn here, but it's not even scary because then you just play the GA. Its reaction's
yeah.
great. So.
So we did lose an energy by passing. So we had to float one to equip
而且等会
the
再
the brutalizer.
复活甲
That's true, yeah.
Which does make me question. I guess they wanted to wait to see what they drew off the top, but they could have just used the Jax legend
没选择
to like not waste an energy or a rune. So we would be one extra rune
沉淀。
next turn. I don't think it's gonna matter, but there could be a world where it does.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. The Jax Legend went untapped for that turn, so
Yeah. Like we could
so-
equip a Warmogs to someone.
well, in a Warmogs did get equipped, so right, you could have spent one energy, one power to equip the one green power to equip the Brutalizer, and then just use that green energy that you had used right to equip the Warmogs afterwards, because two
Yeah.
things got equipped, right? So
Yeah.
You don't. It's like the Teemo thing where Teemo players forget that they can hide cards by just paying the power. Like, you can still utilize your power to actually do the thing.
yeah, of course. It's just because Jax is still untapped. It's kind of questionable, right? Because there was two equips on the turn, so that does work perfectly, right? One single rune that is recycled allows you to equip one weapon via the power cost, and then one weapon via Jax's ability.
I wonder if he thinks his hand is good enough to kind of keep the Jax or the first or the ready mate alive, because he has Counter Strike Define not so fast, so he could not so fast the Rebuke, which we can see in Draven's hand, but of course
另外的一份要不要？
him not knowing that there is also a second Rebuke in hand, which is also pretty frustrating. But yeah, I mean, I would assume you would want to try and GA something this turn, or last turn, sorry, which would have made sense. But yeah, maybe just realizing that he has options in his hand that he can try and,
带着自己的旅行
you know, keep these units alive. But
I actually like hiding the info personally. I know that he had the the runes to do it, but he's on 8 runes. Like he's not playing all of these cards realistically, and even if he is, he actually cannot still afford that with 8 runes. So I'm a pretty big fan of just hiding all the info. Let Draven kind of make this attack up front, and then from there you kind of got like I have 8 runes to play with. It makes it really hard for Draven to even want to swing in, because he also just wants you to like waste 8 runes. But the secret is that Jax doesn't care if he wastes 8 runes here, because he didn't have a development anyway. It was just like a bunch of tricks in his hand. So the Counter-Strike is also going to be really powerful. And it ends up just going ahead and doing the GA here. Does that make this even? So this is, it goes up to 6 might, which is now contesting the Draven. And I think as the Jax player, you're happy to lose the GA to kill the Draven here if that's what this comes to. So you now get to react to whatever happens on the backside of this. And it is going to be a Rebuke. I think Not So Fast going to get jammed. And the thing with playing second Rebuke here, by the way, would put Draven to 1 rune. So it's really hard to actually cast the second rebuke here. We'll see if he ends up doing it.
Oh, he's
If the
picked up
tempo
a
play is
card.
worthwhile. Yep,
Yeah,
there he
he's
goes.
going for it. Wow.
It's kind of what we expected to happen did happen, but yeah, I mean the Draven going down, but
It might
I
have been
think you're okay with it though.
I'm gonna say, as the Jax player, to have a first mate that you can replay, I don't think that's
Yeah, it's
bad.
fine.
I think you're
Yeah.
quite happy with that. Like, you saved your GA, you've got all of these equipment, you have a first mate you can replay. I probably would thank him for that. Hey, thank you for
Yeah,
going down
I
to 1 rune. I
Look,
would,
look, this Jax is not movable on 1 rune from Draven, right? So you've got a handful of tricks still. You're gonna be able to protect this Jax. Now you can pivot him with the first mate and get him over to the other side to try and conquer if you want. Now you might have to give a card draw over to Draven by shipping your monkey in to deal with the overzealous fan. But when Draven's at 1 rune, I actually don't know how much you care about him drawing at this moment. Like, I think it's kind of okay, and you can like let that happen and then pivot this Jax over, score to 6. I actually think the position for Jax is great. I mean, this rune advantage is massive.
imagine. I mean, we know that Jax has deflect. So we're going to get to the point where he just won't be able to answer this Jax because he will just be having no runes.
That's the
He's
problem with
holding
using
a-
both rebukes now, right? Is you don't have a lot of other options to try and deal with combat compared to what you had before.
Yeah, it's possible there's a world that like allowing the Draven to trade was maybe correct in the spot.
I just thought
and-
of something. If you push up with this Jax, you can actually make him pay the deflect cost and go down to 0 runes.
They can deny the. They don't have to pay the
They
deflect,
don't
right?
have to pay the deflect, but you can
Yeah.
you can just go in with this Jax and say, hey, I either kill you with this Jax or you are down to no.
Yeah, of
0
course.
runes, yeah.
Like, it's a
Wait,
play.
I remember there was a change about this, right? Where you,
Yeah, you
now
can choose not to do it. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I meant after. They change it back? I think there was like a.
You're saying there's
Change, right?
another change now where
Yeah.
now.
I need to go check.
Oh my god, kill me if that's the case. Like I just kill me.
no. I think it is. They changed it to. They changed it so many times, but I think it is now on the iteration of you have the choice to pay the deflect. Like, if you pay the card and you can't afford or don't want to pay the deflect cost,
Yeah, you just
the
decline
card
it
just,
and the
the
card
card
doesn't
just doesn't
work.
do anything. But like, you still played the card.
Are they telling him his count wasn't high enough for him to play Ram?
He didn't have Ram. He didn't have enough for Ram. This is what I'm very confused about. Ram has a minimum of 1, so
Well, yeah, but he
it
has
can't
one.
be
He
free
has 1 rune.
cost. No. I don't think he does. That's the thing.
He does. He has this red rune sitting right there. It's ready. So his count just must not have been high
Yeah,
enough.
maybe you didn't play enough cards. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. It's not yeah. Okay, I got confused of like. Okay.
Also, you have to decide as well if this Jax does move into the Zorn Wardens, if you do want to play that 1 rune to even buff up the Draven as well. You also got to think about that. Like, I mean, that's also another possibility.
His count was short because of the countered spell. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why he thought
Oh,
he had
yeah.
enough, but he didn't. Yeah. So his count was 1 short. I think Jax is like very favored from the spot.
I am very
Yeah.
impressed with this Jax player right now. He has kind of showed everyone the power of equipment. God, I know it's not the correct play. I really want him to push this Jax in. I want him to make him incredibly big and say, I want you to have no runes. If you're going to send me back, you will have no runes. And I think even funnier, if he does it, he has to choose push the Jax back or trigger the Draven.
How big can this Jax get then?
He's currently 6 with the Brutalizer on him. He'd go to 7, 8, 9 if he equipped all the
9.
equipments. Plus any equipments in hand.
There's none in hand, it looks like.
I think he drew a Lonely Poro, which is unfortunately not that useful.
Which is the discard for once you conquer the Zonwarns.
I think here there's a way. Okay. You kind of want to push. Usually, you don't want to push one by one into Draven because Draven can get like the +2 and then the +2 and the +2. But then here, Draven doesn't have runes, so you can actually definitely push multiple times into this Draven. You're not afraid to just because now your Jax got pushed back,
He
right?
actually paid deflect.
He's got nothing.
Yeah.
Deflect.
I
Oh, boy.
I think this spot is one where maybe the monkey is supposed to just go in and kill the.
Because we guarantee
yeah.
pushing. It doesn't matter that the
Yeah.
deflect happens.
Well, and you also just have a counter strike, so you're not trading your Jax. You can just kill the Draven after the fact, after he grows.
Yeah, there's the
Brutalizer.
brutalizer coming over. Monkey's now at 5.
It's enough.
Well,
So we just need one.
Also, maybe use the
actually, if
Jax
we-
to. Maybe
Yeah,
he did it the
double
other way
click
around.
Margnar.
Yeah, I guess he did it the other way around, where you just go in with the Jax, and then now you can kill the rest with Sea Monkey.
well, he can go up to 7 on the monkey.
He just wins.
And
he just
oh,
overpower.
He just wins.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's
wait, are any
already
of
on
these
the board.
gold ready, or are these gold not
No,
ready?
none of them are.
No. He's
Oh,
got
okay,
nothing.
then he does
has-
win.
he
No,
has
then this
one
is enough.
energy.
It's
That's
literally
it.
Lipo on it's Hearthstone.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just did
I
it the
thought
other way
first, so
around,
I was
which
looking
quite
at the top
interesting.
left and I saw the 2 gold and I thought, oh, okay, he can still pay for Draven, but he can't pay for Draven at all. Not a single rune.
Double equip. Give me my
Double
energy.
Warmocks.
Yeah.
Yep.
7 is enough. He doesn't even need 7. Or actually, no, yeah, he needs exactly 7.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
7 to
Seven's,
push over.
And then you can, and I'm thinking like ahead of the turn, if you conquer the Zorn Warren, you get rid of this Lonely Poro.
Mhm.
Or you could play it for the 2 energy if you wanted. If you wanted to actually use your energy.
No, you need the discard fodder because you want to hold Counter Strike. So
Oh, true. Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
yeah, you want to discard the Poro.
I mean, that was actually really smart to do it that way as well, because you get the extra
Yeah.
might from the Brutalizer as well, so you actually
Yeah.
was able to win the combat. So instead of just pushing the Sea Monkey first, you pushing the Jax, proc the Overzealous, and then
I always forget about
Pushing
Jax
like you.
Legend because moving the Brutalizer unlocks
Yeah.
this line. This line doesn't exist without Jax Legend because you can't move the weapon. But that was really smart. And as you were saying, right, like since the gold is unready, the deflect means you can never pay for Draven. Yeah, really solid.
So Jax is on 6. It's extremely unlikely with his 2 runes that the Draven is going to be able to deal with the monkey, which means that all they're going to have to do is move the brutalizer over to the Jax and just push in, and he'll get his 8 points.
Yeah, the crazy thing is Miracle's a really messed up deck because in this spot, he could absolutely bushwhack out 12 might. He doesn't have the bushwhack in hand, so it's not going to happen, but he has double Rasa in hand. He could bushwhack out 12 might. Still does not deal with the monkey because Counter-Strike's in hand. Counter-Strike just beats it. So, really good spot. I mean, this is just going to be a win for Jax.
I love Counter Strike. The fact that Counter Strike and you're holding up punch first as well. It's just never like it's just a coin flip of alright, which one do they have? Do I have to push one by one and get punished by punch first, or do I go on all at once and Counter Strike just wins the game on the spot? I am so happy I managed to see a Jax win on stream.
Yeah, we'll see if he can take the whole series because that would be a Jax top 8 if that happens.
And another
I mean,
Draven
already
down.
top 16 was a first, but
Okay, interesting that they didn't try and stack this. So they're holding up 2 energy. So you're playing around fight or flight.
the Brutalizer
we
moves
have-
over. It's
oh,
We
new
have the
brutalizer
defy.
from hand.
Oh, it's
That's big.
over. We have the defy.
Yep.
It's game over.
So
You're
move
not even worried about
brutalizer,
anything.
another brutalizer
Brutalizer.
from hand, and you can cascade these if you need to as well.
Does he have another
Huge.
Brutalizer in hand? Oh, he does. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see that. Yeah.
So there's 9 might that can go onto this first mate, 9 might on the monastery. You can just kind of ship 9 might there if you want, or send it all. You have Counter Strike and you have the brutalizer here to make it happen. I'm trying to think whether cascading is safer or not, but it feels like he
Nice.
has every single tool he needs to win that game. And so he's going to get game 1 over the Miracle Draven. I mean, this was just like a masterclass from Jax. Shows that it really is, in Riftbound a lot of the time, there is a lot of value that can be gained with mastery over your hero, more so than which deck that you pick. Because there's just like a lot of game to be played, a lot more to be figured out. Game 2 though, we are gonna get, is that Vilema's out of Draven himself? That, I mean, that's mirror tech, I guess, is the idea.
Yes.
Because you're the one, you're purple, you're pushing. Now you have turned off your fans, you have turned off your fighter flights. I mean, look, he's made top 16. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is...
I was going to say, I assume we're seeing all the big units come in. So Jax, Ferris Runner? Can't think of the full name.
Ferris Runner and...
Forerunner, there you go. Mind Splitters. What was the other cards that we see subbed in for Draven? I think it's just those two, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if this is like a switchboard. I mean, we still see Ezreal. It certainly doesn't feel very Miracle-esque if you're playing Forerunner, Mind Splitter, and then setting up with just this Vilema's. Still has fan in the... So not siding fan out, just going to always send fan to the other side.
Slams the monkey, gets the ball.
What this doesn't allow also, which is kind of neat, is if Draven is just holding the other battlefield, which this is your go first battlefield, right? So you're just going to go to the other side. It does mean your opponent will struggle to pivot, right? If they decide to take Vilema's and have to try and hold there, they can't pivot back and try and get to the other side. So that's kind of neat as well. That's fair. This is an interesting tech choice to go for Vilema's.
Is there a possibility that the Draven has enough in his sideboard to be able to change from Miracle to like mid Draven? Like
you could play like kind of an in-between list, right?
Yeah.
I
wonder if that's what he was going for.
This Jax player is comfortable in his plays. He is like, yep, I'm doing this, summon this, next card, motions go in. He knows what he needs to do now. He is comfortable. I'm very excited to see how this game plays out. I feel like he might make a mistake if he's playing so fast, but hey, I'm hyped.
Well, I think the early plays are pretty simple, right? Your game plan is to avoid combat, right? So because you've conquered with Monkey, you have first mate in hand, you just retreat. I think there's probably not much else that he has that's like playable on the turn unless he wants to sacrifice the Monkey. So the other option would be to like develop Jax and then no conquer, which is also like, to be fair, like a reasonable idea.
It's an idea, yeah. I mean, that's what we saw in game 1, right? He played the Jax out, he waited a turn. All right, now everything's ready. I have several cards in hand. I have my quick draws, equipment. But once we see the Mind Splitter from the side of Draven, I do think the Jax player is going to have to start thinking about using the cards more proactively. Just
double seal after you played your Ezreal is bummer.
Yikes.
It's still good though. He's going to be happy to see those seals, especially because next turn he can play seal splitter if he wants. Splitter is going to be quite rough for this match. Double splitter hand, I think if Jax is not able to kind of turn the jets on, I mean, that's half his hand just gone to these splitters over the next few turns.
I think he kept both the splitters in hand. Was it in his opening hand as well? Yeah, he kept them both as well. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, if you sideboarded them in and maybe should have shuffled the deck a bit better if I was the Jax player. But yeah, Jax comes down, so we're gonna have 2 runes available. Maybe a brutalizer comes down if we have one. But nope. The first mate is now sitting there for the remainder of the game until
until he's collected for a card from Draven.
Yep.
Draven will go collect his card over there. Have fun.
I guess it just forced him to do something because currently he's not going to trade the Ezreal for it.
No, probably
I mean, and the Ezreal doesn't even like get the conquer. He just takes the trade. So
yeah, but I don't think he has to deal with it on this turn. I think he can let that point come through. It feels like Splitter is likely the turn to start looking through here. Like it could just be Seal Called Shot though, but I think Seal Splitter. Yeah. I was wondering if it'd be Call Shot and like try and play some other things, but I feel like Splitter now, see the hand. And then you can decide if you're gonna do like second splitter next turn, like what your game plan from there becomes. Responding with brutalizer is good. You can swap it around, just getting this. But I'm wondering if that would even be the take from the Mind Splitter. Yeah, I would probably be the take from the
Yeah.
mind split. Looking at this hand, I think this is
I mean, it's
this is looking like a go game 3 to me. Is what I'm seeing from this spot, with this hand just being a bunch of counter spells.
I mean, I questioned the brutalizer on the monkey. I feel like it was just always correct to play it on first mate. But apart from that, I don't think it's that bad. Like, you're gonna try to cascade the brutalizer. You have first mate in hand, so you can like send it in. It gets pushed back. You first mate it, send it in, kill the Draven. Because now you can't activate the brutalizer on this monkey. Like, I feel like next turn you should have
Being
equipped
able
it
to
onto
move
the
it
first
with
mate.
Jax would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
can see
I
that.
feel like you have to push onto this battlefield next turn. You can't let them start gaining more points than you. Especially with this hand. Like, you need to get cards out. So I feel the small misplay there, because now I guess you can push it in, and then they either
Marshall,
have to
what if
push it back.
what if you
and
just
then-
move it to the Jax though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like,
I'm
he's-
honestly thinking that Rico might retreat. I think he
Yeah.
might move back, because if Jax comes in and he pays 1 rune to deflect to push him back, he pays a rune for Draven to get him ready, trying to play it around first mate, because he, so like, what are you? Well, I guess he's taking the first mate, right? With the mind splitter, taking the first mate from hand. You're always taking the first mate, so you're actually not worried about this first mate. The first mate's not the problem, but
Yeah.
if you have to push the Jax back and pay deflect, and then you're trying to pay for Draven, then the second splitter in hand is going to have trouble coming down. But if you back up, your next turn, you're still able to splitter if you want. I don't know that, like, when I look at this hand, though, I don't know that I'm, like, that pressed to play the second splitter. Because I'm like, okay, you're sitting on not so fast, defy. Like, I don't know that I need to play splitter here.
Yeah,
And
I don't.
the Draven could still pave the 2 runes. I mean, it might be kind of the same as the previous game where he might be very low on runes, but and if you push him with Jax, you pay for the Draven, it gets pushed back, and then you can pay for, Draven. But yeah, looks like he's just gonna move back.
Yeah, I like the retreat. Could always not so fast the fan. Usually that feels pretty bad, but if you have no other game actions, like no other plays, plus the not so fast, I mean, you often want to save it for
And another line here
rebuke.
that
Okay.
I mean, you can't defy. You've got nothing on.
But yeah, that's why he's casting this, by the way. He's playing around defy. Can grab axe. So because he moved back, it makes sense to like leaving the first mate is fine because he moved back. You don't have to worry about the fan doing anything. Taking the not so fast opens up rebuke later. Also means that the fan will go through when you actually want it to.
So another reason why I don't like this going on the monkey is, okay, he's doing it with the Jax. He's going to trigger the Sunken Temple. I just don't like Jax sitting there. So unless he's got protection for the Jax, I can see a Brutalizer in hand. I can see a GA in hand. Okay, we're fine. Okay, it's fine.
He can
Ignore me.
he can first mate it back as well, right? Like if he really wants to, he just plays another first mate
Yeah.
and brings the Jax back.
Yeah, he's pretty ahead. I don't mind the first mate play. You're up 4
Oh,
to
he's passed.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
But he has Guardian Angel, so it's safe, right?
Yeah. Guardian Angel,
Well,
it's safe.
safe.
Brutalizer, it gets plus.
Actually, no, it is
3.
safe. It can actually even be a splitter turn, by the way. Just because he deramped to the called shot so that he wouldn't get it defied later. He is safe to mind splitter.
I mean, the good
Plus
thing
G
now
is
is that he
always safe
has.
to splitter. You can just respond. Yeah.
I mean, the bad thing the previous game was that he didn't have any seals to actually pay for this rebuke, but now you do have double seals, so the rebuke's actually not that bad now.
He had one, right? He had
Not
well, maybe he
available
had
when he
one.
cast it. Yeah.
okay.
But he did have it on the board. Yeah.
Now he has 2 seals up and ready, so he would only have to play 1 for the deflect, which doesn't feel that bad if he needs to, but might not even need to.
So what are we leaving over at this battlefield? That is the Draven,
Draven.
he has in hand. Not. I thought he would leave over there.
Yeah, it depends on like copies of Ride the Wind as well, because sometimes you're not even staying in Valmaz, but also like as Draven, you're fine to look for the holds.
Is that Ride the Wind, the third card in hand?
No, it's another called shot.
Cool shot, yeah.
couldn't quite tell.
The only thing I can think of is moving into this battlefield first, just to try and maybe force out some of the cards from the jack, so he doesn't actually use it on the jacks the next combat. So like, you move the brutalizer. Oh, he has another brutalizer in hand. Like you have
Yeah.
GA
This is
a
a bit of the-
brutalizer and
A bit of the downside of leaving the jacks up there instead of like bringing it home is now if you want to go for the Guardian Angel play here,
yep.
because we're gonna see Spinning Axe hit the board, right? So if you want to play Guardian Angel to now trade this, now your jacks is basically
Exposed.
forfeit to the Mind Splitter and the rest of that coming through, which is
Yep.
kind of not ideal. And you're still looking at 4 runes from Jack, so or from the Draven. So I think yeah, just having to let it go, get blown out a little bit by this the Spinning Axe. It's not horrible though. You've still developed this brutalizer. You just don't get to use it as a combat trick anymore. And I think you might have liked to be able to slam this on the jacks on the bigger push from the Draven side to allow you to kill off the Mind Splitter, because just playing the Guardian Angel is going to just be at 6, right? That won't be able to kill the Splitter.
So bringing in the Splitter and the Ezreal over to the Sunken Temple, it looks like. Just playing around, getting another quick draw onto the jacks.
他现在会担心的是武器这边有什么呢？首先残暴，如果是残暴的话，这边
So-
武器会来
Still
到
think about his options. I mean, I don't think he has
I
too
don't
much
think,
else in hand.
obviously,
After-
because we got double seals down, I don't think we really care about this Ezreal now, because like it's only going to work for the cold shot.
Yep, keep the jacks alive.
Pretty good. 2 energy, keep a unit alive.
Yeah, this is that
We
bummer about that
see-
brutalizer,
So-
but end of the day, it's not going to matter too much because this Spinning Axe would have been able to come down anyway and protect the Mind Splitter. So you were never actually getting like a favorable trade in this spot.
Mm-hmm. And if he rebukes, Draven will go down to 4 runes.
Mhm.
But don't know, just lets it go
Kills
through.
the Ezreal,
Ezreal
yeah.
dies.
Yeah, it's wholly unnecessary to rebuke here because of the fact that you've already played most of the call shots. The Ezreal is a little bit less useful. In this combat, I actually would have liked to see this last call shot played. And I'm wondering why not, because there is the seal available, and you could have played the repeat cost for free with your Ezreal there by just playing it. And I think that would have been a slight optimization, but I'm curious if there is a big reason not to. There's potential that there is another power cost that he's looking to pay on this turn. And if that's the case, then maybe I can understand it. But if there's no other power cost that he's playing on this turn, then it's like just kind of strictly a mistake, right? But maybe there's also the idea of wanting to hold up Rebuke on defense and wanting to have a seal available so you don't fall too far behind. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. It's just going to be Merchant at
Traveling
home,
Merchant.
and then 2 runes up for Rebuke. So it might be the Rebuke consideration here. That you want to keep a seal up for the Rebuke.
Yep. Be ideal
guess
if we could top deck a not so fast, but I don't think we did. We have the... Is that an Elder?
Elder, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a withered. I forgot what the card name is. I haven't seen it in so long, to
Elder,
be fair.
Elder
Oh,
Monk, when you buff it,
Wizened
it
Elder.
gets... Yeah, Wizened Elder.
Why
It's
isn't
the,
That's the one, yeah.
It's a 4 energy, and it goes to 6 might if it's buffed.
So if it has a buff, it gets
Yeah,
+1.
that card is actually
Yeah.
quite broken. We kind of forget about it.
Broken.
We are running... We are
What?
running
Broken,
Aphelios.
guys.
We're running Aphelios for buff. We're running Warmugs for buff. We're running...
4 for
Good
6.
card.
Broken.
I mean, would you rather
okay.
pay 4 for 6 or 0 for 6? I mean, you know.
Well, it's 4 for 6 conditional. Let's you know, let's you know, you need another thing to make it a 6.
Brutalizer.
I don't hate the card. It doesn't cost power. It's you just need some vehicles for your weapons anyway, and it doesn't cost power, so it's kind of fun.
Bounce back. We know that we have first mate in hand anyway,
mate,
so
yep.
I think this is going straight back in.
Yeah, and we'll see if it
And
eats the
then-
rebuke or not. Kind of feels a little not that fun to rebuke this when the Jax is just gonna then re-equip everything and go from there. But also this works, right? This is 8 on this turn.
Yep.
So you actually don't need to first mate here. You can just go with the jacks.
I also don't mind the idea of putting this guy back down to no runes at all. Okay, he's ending both in.
I think one
Why
unit
though?
wouldn't have been enough against the Mind Splitter because the Sea Monkey was 3, 4, 5. It was only 6, and then the Jaxes also would have only traded. So I think you have to push both in to be able to kill the Mind Splitter.
Yeah, so Rebuke actually...
Well, so Jax is 8 here. The monkey
Yeah.
is 6. If you rebuke Jax, the monkey can die. This is
Oh, yeah.
questionable to me.
Yeah, I mean...
Is there another
yeah, it doesn't
trick in
quite-
hand? Am I
No,
just
I don't
missing a
think there
trick?
is. It's double defy and a brick, I think.
Okay.
So if you get rebuked, I'm pretty sure you just lose this.
Yeah, I don't think I've screwed up any math here.
Unless there is a card in hand that specifically
That I
helps,
haven't
but
seen.
I know it's
that we
double
haven't
defy.
seen. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, because
it depends on that third card.
So, I mean, this can be a bluff as well, right? There's only 2 runes on the other side. So if he goes for a rebuke and just gets blown out, that feels pretty terrible going into this next turn. So this could just be a bluff from Jax.
Huge bluff if he does this.
Because rebuke is just kind of a full blowout. Like,
What is your-
giga blowout, by the way. Like, Draven goes to 6 points, holds with Mind Splitter and Draven, and then there's like nothing on board for the Jax. I mean, the game is over if he
knows
doesn't
he has double defy in
fight.
hand. Because he might.
Yeah, he knows Defy, and then it's 2 mystery cards, right?
No. So he knows double defy is in hand because he saw it with the Mind Splitter. It was double defy and the not so fast he saw, and he chose the not so fast. So
Okay.
he knows he has 2 defy.
So it's
and
only
yeah.
1 mystery card then. Yeah, if it was 1 mystery card, this seems pretty rough. Yeah. I'm also trying to think about what other potential lines could be the reasoning here.
So I don't
Like
think
thinking about-
was the Sea Monkey enough to push into... Oh, okay,
Nope,
just
just goes-
concedes. It seems
No,
like, yeah.
this is definitely a scoop. You're not winning here.
Yeah. Was the
So
Sea Monkey enough
against-
to be able to win combat against Mind Spirit? I don't think it was, because it was...
With
No,
Double
no.
Brutalizer, it
And-
would. Before moving the Brutalizer, it would have won. Yeah.
Yes, it would have traded because it wasn't. It was equipped from the previous round, wasn't it? Like, you are full reaction, so if you think Sona's good, there's a chance that he's running it in the deck.
Really
Fellas
true.
just sounds like better Sona for this deck, right? Though, right? Because
I mean, probably,
Sona's
yeah.
Sona's only good if Green Jax is on board. And Aphelios still kind of gets to do stuff even if Green Jax is not on the board. Because most of your hand is going to be like equips, so Green Jax has to enable it.
What did we have in hand?
Oh, the Elder.
So challenge is nice in this
No.
matchup. I kind of expect challenge to be kept. It looked like a counter strike, defy, and then I didn't see the last card.
Elder, apparently. So
Elder, yeah. The Withered Elder.
I mean,
Wizened.
I just wanna see this Jax win. Jax top 8 would be crazy.
Okay. Obelisk. So turn 2 Green Jax available on this game. Warmog
Okay,
starts. So Warmogs doesn't come out after the Monastery game. That is.
I
Shocking
think you
to me.
keep it, right? If you have Wizened Elder,
Wizened Elder, yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah, I guess that's fair.
you're wanting it on.
Okay. Sure. And this is the start you
a
would
big
want.
unit,
Is
yeah.
is Wizened Elder plus the Warmogs going into this turn 2.
So just for clarification, I think I missed it. Dreaming Tree is for the Jax, correct?
Correct. Green
Yep.
Cheese Jax.
So we're triggering that with
Counter
Challenge?
Strike, Discipline,
Counter
Challenge.
Strike. Yeah. So we got about 9 cards. I'd probably say there.
Potentially Punch First. We haven't seen one, but I
Rebuke,
would not be
Fizz,
surprised
and
if Punch First is
Ezreal.
there.
Is the stack deck Rebuke, Ezreal, Fizz? We take the Ezreal, Rebuke, and Fizz goes back to the bottom of the deck.
I think he has a Scrap Heap in hand as well, so it's pretty good. Yeah, you just play the Ezreal now and Discard the scrap heap.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yep.
没注意到。
Double Mind Splitter and a Tide Turner. Ooh.
有两张。
He just, yeah, that is so many cards. He has so
Yeah.
many cards.
Turn 2 as well. Crazy.
Okay. This
The
Elder
Mind
gets
Splitters, though, that's
pushed.
slow. That's a lot of time to play.
This Elder is getting the buff here, so
It'll be a 7.
然后
it's a pretty big unit.
Mm-hmm.
给到自己一个增益。
Probably depending on the hand, we have challenge.
Yeah, you're challenging
They
the
tap
Draven,
out.
right?
Yeah, you're. He's just like, yep, get the thing off the board. Goodbye.
Trigger, don't forget to trigger Dream and Tree. Yep.
对，这张决斗来。
Discipline as well.
Yep, discipline's great. We have first mates. Oh, okay, just not even holding up any.
Not huge reason to, right? This is a
Yep.
7 on the board right now. You killed the main threat, which is the Draven. You know, Spinning Axe can exist, but it would have to still be sacrificing the Ezreal in order to do so, right? You can Spinning Axe Ezreal and send in this this little guy with him to make
It's just an
8.
elder as well. It's not an important card really. He's just a big unit.
Yeah, it is important. I do think that you're not allowed to just like lose units for free, but I think this is pretty safe for Jax. I just don't think there's that many ways that he's going to be looking to conquer over a 7 with the board of Ezreal and Overzealous Fan.
Double Mind Splitter, double Tide Turner, and Ezreal, Cold Shots.
A Rebuke, was it? I think lost card.
Yeah, I think
He does
that
have a
was
Rebuke,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the Rebuke has been pretty essential in these previous 2 games. In the first game, it ended up not working out, the double Rebuke, because it was just too much like bleed on runes. But in the second game, right, it became an obstacle that Jax could not overcome, and I think it is a critical card in the matchup, and he has that piece. I believe, did we have second Ezreal in this?
Oh, double Ram.
Yeah, double Ram is found. I think he had second Ezreal, and that was a heap grab. So this is going to be just a full
Oh my god.
hand of
Ezreal
cards.
again.
Yeah, that is Ezreal
Yeah.
right in the middle there. So
看打不打？
So we played
Should be-
one card. We play an Ezreal, draw 2. I'm just thinking, did we get this Ram? How do we get this Ram down? We can afford it this turn, right?
打爆。
I mean, almost certainly. Like, this is the count is
可以写这样那个。
the count is just 2 so far.
Yeah.
But I think the odds once you start
Oh,
drawing
got the
through here, there's a
axe.
stack deck that's 3, axe is 4, then you can just kind of play the ram. It's fine.
So big turn for the Draven.
How many cards does he have in hand? Jeez.
All of them. Yeah, got all of them.
Crazy. Yeah.
You're just not playing around cards at this point.
Yeah.
Go to
So
the
this
axe.
is a kind of a mini go off for the miracle
Oh.
deck. He is going to use the axe. So
Oh.
this is what I was saying about
Guess he-
the axe being just enough. This is 8 might into 7. So axe was the risk of staying. And the nice thing about doing it in this way is Draven can save this axe if he wants. It will cost a rune,
Yeah,
but
but you-
it's not free.
结了的话，
Draven deramping twice here is kind of bad. When you have a hand that has 700
Yep.
cards, again, runes are so important
Mhm.
when you have the big hand.
Yeah,
got
don't really
the
need the
seal.
axe then because you have so many cards, right? You can kind of get away with leaving it, with just dropping it here.
So yeah, he can play the seal, and then use the seal to equip. So
大家都会。
Yeah,
It's not-
still
it's not-
tough. I
it's not,
could have
it's not
seen
great, but it's better than not having.
could have-
like,
I could have seen seal potentially used on the next turn instead to try and
Okay.
stay a little bit more up in runes. Looks like he's gonna grab a new axe. And I mean, now
Rams
his
at the
count
bottom
is
of the
high
deck.
enough that he can play the 1 ram.
然后再
So we probably won't be seeing the 2 Rams. They both got 2 of them got recycled. So unless we start going through the deck, so you gotta go down to 2.
Yeah, I mean, you usually can reach your second cycle just like the Silverlist. You just have to play to it. It's one thing that we had seen often from the other Miracle players in China. We had not seen a lot of them cycling through the entire deck.
这一回合
But like when you watched
这边又倒
Randy play, for instance, it's generally not that difficult. I mean, we were on turn 4 or 5 oftentimes when he's starting to get towards the stack, or at least it's not that late in the game that he's starting to find the stack. And with how many cards that have been drawn already, I think these Rams are going to be findable before the end of the game. We're only at 2 points total for the Jack side.
So holding up 6.
Does Jax have any units in hand? I don't think he has any units in
He had
hand.
a first mate, I think.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, he has a first mate. Yeah, but he has just a lot of spells. Like he has a GA, Counter Strike. I think Discipline.
Yeah,
it's a lot of ways.
It's just always great.
It's the main struggle we talked about with this Jack's list when we were talking about it earlier, with the deck building tension of needing a certain amount of gear, a certain amount of units to equip the gear to, a certain amount of spells, right? Because the combat tricks are quite good. And Jax does have this like draw the wrong half of your deck syndrome as like a thing that happens to it, and it's been one of the things that holds it back. And clearly this player has found a decent enough balance that like he's made top 16, so it has some degree of consistency that he's been able to work with. And in the first 2 games, I don't know that he necessarily had a draw the wrong half of the deck issue. He drew one too many counter spells, I'd say, in the previous game for sure. But more it was just hand getting shredded and not enough card draw coming through were the problems that we ended up seeing. This time around, though, if you can't find another unit, the game started with enough units, right? The Wizened, but losing it, that's the problem with potentially risking the 7 might. I felt like 7 might was relatively safe, but because of how many cards the Draven
just going for
drew,
the draw 2 here.
because of how many cards the Draven drew, it ended up making the axe play make sense.
Nice.
When if you didn't have enough draw, the axe play wouldn't make sense, right?
Yeah. So just going up for the trigger from the Tide Turner, playing Discipline on the Jax, so you can trigger the Dreaming Tree and draw 2. We got a Brutalizer and a GA, I believe. So yeah, we got double GA in hand now. So this Jax is pretty safe right now. Obviously, we know that they've got a Rebuke in the side of the Draven, so that's a bit of a counter to us there. We don't have a Not So Fast yet, but hopefully we can find one.
Yeah, double GA is going to help a lot, right? So the unit issue that was there, now the card issue is no more, right? This double draw from the Discipline really heads up to go for it. And now you can kind of do this thing where you're just passing with a bunch of extra runes. Because you have green Jax out, all of these equips are actually combat tricks. And double GA, each GA is basically a unit, right? They're not actually, like, don't consider the Guardian Angels gear in this deck, right? Consider them a unit, because they're just going to be replacing that same Jax that you had and keeping him alive, right?
So
Splitter's scary, but remember, these are all reaction speeds, so anything you don't want to get splittered, you can just play now.
I think he also has 2 Brutalizers in hand as well, so that's going to be 2 Brutalizers, 2 GAs.
I mean, he's tapped out of Rebuke, so you're just quite happy to like slam a GA, slam a Brutalizer, get these down so that you're not losing them. So yeah, second Brutalizer comes down onto the Jax. Oh, sorry, that's a Warmugs on him, not a Brutalizer already.
Yeah.
So
I think he has another Brutalizer in hand, I think.
Yeah.
Or unless
he's got the
that's another
Counter-Strike.
Warmogs. That's another one.
Yeah, playing the Counter Strike to draw 2 here with the taxing of the Jax.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean, the draw 2 is nice. And there's not a really wimpy unit that can go in and just break this before going from there. So it's pretty nice overall.
He has the hidden card, the Azir hidden card.
Desert
makes
Call.
sense. You want to be able to...
To move back.
It wasn't
Quick and
Desert's Call, right?
everything.
It was Emperor's Divide, right?
I don't know the name of the card off the top of my head. It's a hidden card.
Yeah, it's
and you
Emperor's
can
Divide.
move any number of friendly units at a battlefield to back to base.
Back to base.
I really like the card.
Yeah,
Isn't it
it's Emperor's
Desert's Call?
Divide. No, Desert's Call is the one that summons Sand Soldiers. It's Emperor's Divide is the movement one. The Counter-Strike is good. So there's... The Counter-Strike would not work if there's just like the Tide Turner at home. Because if you have enough might on the Draven side to push over and the Tide Turner at home, you just send the Tide Turner in, let it lose combat, and break the Counter-Strike. And then you can send the rest in. But because, like, at home, there's not enough, like, might to be able to push through this, the Counter-Strike just means you just can't walk in here. It's just not going to happen. And because it draws 2, that's really nice. There's, like, this potential that you didn't need the Counter-Strike to be able to hold here, especially with all of the different equips that you're playing down. But... the Counter-Strike drawing 2 in this spot when it would have been the choice for the Mind Splitter feels totally reasonable to play out here, guaranteeing that Draven is never being able to break this. And this is not a card you would have had in your hand anyways, because it's the obvious choice for Draven from the splitter.
So I am a big fan of, you don't want him to get the draw from this, and he can send the jacks over to the other battlefield.
Yep.
So you probably want to get rid of that card. You know he's got double defy in hand, which isn't going to do anything if you just don't play the cards that can do anything. So just build up a big board. Know that he's got 2 defies in hand. So wait for him to tap out maybe, but he's never going to do that.
Well, he's
Yeah,
tapped
I
out
think-
now, so this is the time for your call
Yeah.
shot if you've got it, right? Like you got to kind of evade the defies still. The Emperor's Divide, great choice, right? Don't let the jacks pivot on the next turn, and potentially you can look to hold over the pit rookie here. You know that the double GA is not going to be able to push this pit rookie over.
We do have a
5, but-
brutalizer though.
Yep, I was about to say
So-
the jacks can pivot the brutalizer though and make it 5 and then a 6 with the GA. So this is actually not enough to defend this from the pit rookie just face up, and this might just be inexperience against jacks, forgetting that this brutalizer is just going to be able to be moved, because just face up, pit rookie is conquering this and killing everything.
We got a discipline as well. That's
Another
a draw
discipline.
too. That's crazy. The discipline is,
Yeah.
Well, I'll have another draw too, please, sir. Thank you. I'll take that.
I think jacks might... I mean, they don't have it. There's still a lot of cards for the Miracle Draven, but this is going to be a really nice tempo swing. I do think it's just move Brutalizer, equip a Guardian Angel, and then you just get this for free, right? This is
Just
just
throw it
6
over
over
Brutalizer as
5, 0 runes.
Yeah, you just stun the other brutalizer.
Yeah, slam the other brutalizer. Oh, okay, well, GA.
Well,
Okay, I mean-
this is exactly over. You can save that Brutalizer. I think the Brutalizer is better served later. Right, the
Yeah,
Guardian
I
Angel,
get- yeah.
yes.
It's
And
the biggest
there's
thing.
redundancy too, right? It's not like this GA on the pit rookie means you won't have a Guardian Angel on the jacks. You still have the runes to be able to put a Guardian Angel on the jacks, so you're completely fine in that regard.
Not gonna lie, this is looking pretty damn
This-
good for the Jacks. This is looking
Yeah.
pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah,
he
this
brought him.
is solid.
Brings the jacks back.
Jacks back.
Got no cards, spells that target in hand. So I guess there's no reason to be the tree. Like, bring him back, keep him safe. You can spend the 2 just to give the pit rookie a +3 with another brutalizer. You have
Yep.
the Elder in hand. I want to say there's a pit rookie in hand as well, so you can buff the Wizened Elder.
For the Jacks, I'm not too sure. I think he played the pit rookie that he had in hand, the one that's on the battlefield, I think.
Did he
Yeah.
not throw a second one?
I
Oh no,
don't
no,
think
yeah,
so,
we know he's
but-
hand. Yeah, we know he's hand. It's double defy.
But you
brutalizer
also,
thing.
if you need to, you can Jack's ability the Warmogs over the Wizened, but I'm not sure that the Wizened really is going to matter in this spot. I think it is an extra body that can cascade the equipment for the win towards the end, and this was a good turn to develop. I think bringing Jax home on this turn, pretty reasonable, not a huge reason to stay. This is just going to allow the Guardian Angel to pop, not even worrying about the Brutalizer. I'm curious what exactly is being played around, what wants to be kept up, but maybe it is just, I want to hold up Defy. So I'm just not going to play out the Brutalizer so that I can keep Defy for called shot or whatever is potentially going to come through.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a bit strange not casting the brutalizer, but yeah, I just holding defy up makes sense. We see third seal come out for Draven. So game 1, we had no runes, barely any seals. Now we have a lot of runes, lots of seals. But will it be enough to take down the behemoth that is this Jax?
So
Yeah, I'm
Draven
not
just
really
has Rebuke in,
sold.
Draven has Rebuke and Spinning Axe in hand at the moment, right? That he can deal with the Jacks potentially pushing in. Yeah, that's the only 2 cards he has right now.
Yeah, it almost feels like this just has to be a splitter, and it just feels a bit slow. Because you splitter, Jax goes to 7, and then you're losing to Counter-Strike a million different ways. I mean, I guess not quite because you have the Rebuke. So you're not guaranteed to lose to the Counter-Strike if that were to happen. And Splitter is going to let you see the hand anyway, so it'd have to be a top deck on one of the next few turns. So, but also that's just like not enough might, really. Like you jam the Splitter at 7 might. I mean, it's kind of like you really want a miracle turn here, and there's just not. This is, I guess, the problem from being this like halfway version, where you're not guaranteed to dig through the whole deck. You're not exactly just playing all those cards. Like, you're playing Mind Splitters. Like, sometimes you're just going to take your turn and you're going to Mind Splitter. You're not just digging every single turn.
I mean, even to a mind splitter. Now the Jax goes, okay, which one of these equipments do I want to save? Which one would you say? The pair of yours. Which one are you saving? The Brutalizer or the GA?
If it's the last GA, you might just need to plop that onto your Jax and just ensure that he can stick around. Because I think does he currently? Is that a
I think he already has
GA
a
on Jax
GA.
currently, or is that a Brutalizer? If that's a GA, then you don't have to save the GA.
I think the lost
If he's
equip
on
the
0
Jax, the
GA,
bottom
I would
one.
play 1 GA on Jax. If it's 0, maybe it's the Brutalizer that gets saved.
Unless you GA the Elder or you GA the Pit Rookie, you maybe move over with the Brutalizer next turn as well. That could be a possibility.
Yeah. The weird thing is, yeah, as you're saying, Stuart, because he already has a Brutalizer, second Brutalizer is actually really low value because you can only move one of them. Right?
True.
So it might just be second Guardian Angel because that's still valuable. I mean, second Guardian Angel is another life.
I am just amazed that this guy has the Elder in his deck. He's just like, hey, I need a big might unit. This guy's coming in.
I think he's deciding where to play this Mind Splitter, whether he wants to try and hold or whether he just wants to play it in base. Okay. Time to play it in base.
Oh,
he does
he's playing
equip the
Brutalizer.
Okay.
Interesting.
But playing it to base, as you said, I mean, instead of equipping it with Quick Draw, that means that +3 is still available on the next turn, right? So you can move the one that's on the Pit Rookie, and then you can use the +3, or +2, sorry. I mean, it's +3 because it's 1 for itself, but if you're going to play the Brutalizer, this makes a lot more sense. Play it to base, don't equip it.
Yeah.
You don't need to utilize the Quick Draw. You have enough you have infinite runes, right? Like, you're going to 12 runes. Who cares?
I was just gonna say, we need to see your hand, buddy. we need to get rid of a card. Like, he's just like, yeah, I played my card. Yeah, we're done here. There we go.
Yep.
I'll take rid of your equipment. So yeah, he
These
still has the
defies are looking
information that...
so bad so far, but
I
maybe
would
he's
have
just
sided
never
them
had
out.
the ability to defy the called shot in this game. I don't know. I feel like there had to have been a spot where we could have defied a called shot. Maybe not. Maybe just never had him during that time because he drew a lot of cards.
Maybe
in
I'm
different
crazy.
bursts.
I just thought,
Someone,
they just could have not lined up.
I just thought of
Someone-
something. I might be crazy, but you have to equip this Brutalizer this turn, right?
Yeah. I think the judges just
you
told
can't
him.
just naked play it because Jax
Oh,
gives
Quick
you
Draw
Quick Draw.
specifically
Yeah, so you
means?
have to. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Quick Draw means you have to equip it when you play it. Like, you can't just leave it out and then equip it this turn to give the +2.
Yeah.
I
If
might
it
be
doesn't
wrong.
just give it reaction, if it Quick Draw specifically is reaction, you may equip it to somebody.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're absolutely right. So, and it looks like that is what happened. So it looks like Quick Draw does mean that you cannot do that. Not an interaction I've run into because I have not played much Jax myself. So that's not as or against Jax. Like, I
we
would
got
be in the
first
seat on the other
mates?
side. Like, damn, I'm going to misplay into this Jax because I've not played into it enough. So after this guy top 8ing, I may have to test into Jax to make sure I'm prepared for Bologna. So in case I get I run into a Jax, I know what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, quick draws text is when you play me, attach me to a unit. There's no may, so it's a conditional line of text.
I think the Jax player was trying to just play the Brutalizer, but I think the judge came in and said, no, you have to equip it because of Quick Draw.
Interesting.
I like this, getting the Rising Elder with its buff. You gotta try and push both of these units off. I mean, we know they have a rebuke. We can pay all of the deflect costs with our seals, so we're not struggling for runes.
Okay, so Wizened is currently at 8. The other side, the Jax is on what? 1 GA has...
Also it? Right?
Yeah, you're right. 8. So 8 on each side. Wizened's just gonna die. These equips will be ready for the next turn. First mate available as well. So you can Guardian Angel Cascade, potentially, but that is if... Well, Jax is gonna have to be moved here in order to not lose the game on the side of Rico.
It's just,
So
you
we
have to
gotta-
rebuke it, right? I mean, that's I think it's the only option.
And now there's a 10 might hold on the Dreaming Tree. So it's not fully out of the woods yet for Jax. The pickup off the top of the deck was a first mate for Jax. So it does mean that if this is rebuked, you're still going to be able to play it, equip it, first mate it. This is going to be use every single rune, equip all the
equip,
weapon,
yeah.
and just potentially just cascade for a win.
What's the line on just equipping and going for hold with the Pit Rookie? We've got a Brutalizer, so we can get +3. We have...
I don't think you need to. I think you could you Jax first mate next turn and equip like Cass said and try and double push next turn? I think that's
Yeah, I think you can look for it.
I think that's a possibility.
Rasta's in hand?
Another Mind Splitter?
Okay,
God.
that's
Oh,
good.
he's
You
gonna
can
get rid of the Jax.
I look, Jack's
Yeah.
not out of the woods, or yeah, not out of the woods yet. The first mate is such a good
And the
take.
first mate as well, yeah. It still might be Jax though, right? Because even if you take the first mate, then I mean, either way, it's good. I'm thinking if you draw another first mate, then well, I guess it's just unlucky at that point for the
Yeah, no, I
Draven,
mean, I
but-
think the first mate is a really good take because the Jax cannot like enter ready, does not have any way to actually deal with this board. But Rico only goes to 6 here, so he has to hold both sides if he wants to win. At least win straight up.
I mean, when you make a decision like this, you don't just play around the hand, you also play around the deck. And if there's like a unit top deck, then the first mate is a lot more dangerous than the Jax, I think.
Yeah. And we've seen... Have we seen a first mate this game already?
Sure.
So-
But also,
Don't-
Jax
can't
will draw
remember.
two because we'll draw one from the regular draw and then one from maybe conquering one side. So
Okay, first mate.
Oh, true. Yeah, we get the draw from the Conquer. So... Alright, playing Rasa. Big holds this turn. We have no runes up as the Draven player, so it comes down to...
I don't think Jax has it.
Don't say
No.
that.
Like I said, I think the only way is he draws another first mate here from...
And that's 16 on one side, 14 on the other. I mean, I don't even know Jax takes one side. Right? This is just...
He's got nothing up.
True, I mean,
Top
Jack
deck.
could be...
He's praying. He's praying.
5,
Come
6,
on.
7, 8,
I
9.
believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
Part of the cards. What do you find?
A pit
Rookie?
rookie.
Pit rookie?
Yeah, a pit rookie. Oh, so close.
Scoops it up.
Damn, so close.
Damn. Our hero
Oh.
Jax cannot quite get it done at the end. Little too much.
Rebuke.